Donald Trump is not only a former president, but he's also a one-man brand that is as closely associated with scandal and luxury as peanut butter is with jelly. The gold-plated private jet. This private plane is the aviation equivalent of the touch of Midas. It's not just any private jet either. As you board, picture yourself in an extravagantly gold-plated environment that makes you feel as though you've wandered into the more fashionable cousin of Fort Knox. Every golden thread whispers, "Forget the economy, you're in Trump class now." From the seats, the bathroom faucets, they serve as a reminder that you are traveling through the sky in unmatched luxury. Like Trump just sat down, thought of the ultimate in luxury travel and said, "Let there be gold." This jet raises the standard for the Mile Gold Club. Bear in mind that Trump is cruising above the clouds and is likely touching a gold-plated knob simply because he can. The next time you're crammed into your middle seat with no leg room. Mar-a-Lago. Close to Palm Beach's center, Mar-a-Lago boasts views of the ocean as exclusive as Trump's tower and sand as golden as his. This is not your typical club where you could run into your neighbor down the street. The people who own bank accounts with more commas than a novel are the ones who frequent Mar-a-Lago. Their membership fees scoff at the expense of college tuition and declare, "Hold my champagne." Upon entering Mar-a-Lago, one cannot help but feel as though they have entered a different world, where all surfaces resound with tales of extravagant parties and conversations about caviar are whispered beneath one another. Here, the term extravagance takes on a completely new connotation as it reclines on a chaise lounge by the swimming pool. Not to mention that it's Trump's crown jewel, an expensive piece of jewelry that symbolizes his passion for all things shiny and sparkly, costing more than a tiny island nation. So remember, there's a piece of heaven in Florida where even the palm trees are presumably plated in gold, while the rest of us are happy enough with our memberships to the local YMCA. A football team. Donald Trump didn't just take a shallow dip in the glittering world of sports ownership, rather, he took the Olympic plunge. Now for Trump's journey into the land of shoulder pads and touchdowns, the USFL's New Jersey Generals. It was his glamorous imprint on the rough-and-tumble world of professional football, not just any squad. Because a football team is the only sensible thing to have after a golden plane and clubs that make millionaires blush, buying the Generals was more about the dollar signs than the X and O's of the game, demonstrating Trump's love of the big, beautiful, and reasonably priced. In the overall plan of his empire, the project might have been more of a fumble than a touchdown, but it demonstrated that Trump can leave his stamp on any field and any bold play. Why not take a cut of the action when you're competing in the big leagues of life? The towering Trump Tower. With its glistening, extravagant windows, Trump Tower practically shouts, "I have arrived." It's not just any skyscraper nestled among Manhattan's concrete behemoths. Rather, it's Trump's monument to himself, a flashy, look-at-me beacon in the city that coined the phrase. It's as subdued as a gold lame suit at a funeral, standing proudly on Fifth Avenue. It is, of course, an extremely opulent setting where anyone with less than $1 billion in net worth is unlikely to be able to use the elevators. And the penthouse Trump owns personally, situated above his dominion and with a view of his minions below, it resembles more of an eagle's nest covered in gold than a house. It is the epitome of excess. Taste and moderation meet their fiery, glittering demise. In the real estate industry, Trump Tower is more about saying, if you got it, flaunt it, than it is about making amends. And show it off he does, in 58 stories of shameless, glistening extravagance.